Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, I'm your host Brian Lockerman, and today's show is brought to you by the Copper Jacket Ammo Store in Thousand Oaks, California. Now, Nikki, you and I both have been to the Copper Jacket, right?
Yeah, we love that store.
I
I
know
think
it.
Kevin did a really nice job putting it together. It's a
He
very
did.
unique store.
He
It's
did.
right on Thousand Oaks Boulevard,
That's right.
and they sell wild game and ammo.
That's true.
Great combination, right?
That's it. And Nikki, you're gonna have a test today on ammunition. We're gonna talk to you about what's the difference between a 45 and a 9mm 380. And if you're wrong, you're in trouble.
Oh, no.
Well, listen, today we have a great guest on. We have Junior Doane on, and Junior Doane actually works for the Copper Jacket. Welcome to the show, Junior.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Junior, you're kind of a younger guy, correct?
I like to feel that way.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love having younger people on the show to get their opinions on gun ownership and things like that. So let's first, I'm going to start going back. When you were in high school and stuff like that, what was it like with, you obviously were into guns back then, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, were there a lot of people that were kind of anti-gun about in the schools, or how was it?
So originally, I grew up in the valley,
Okay.
and there it wasn't as strict of like a policy of if students were talking about it, no one really batted an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2015 is when we moved out here in Thousand Oaks, and I went to Kalina Middle School and I went to Westlake High School,
Okay.
and I noticed the people that I conjugated with, they had firearms. Their parents had firearms, or maybe their parents didn't, but they were open to the idea. And I noticed that when I really got to high school in my older junior and senior year is when the issues really became abundant because people were getting older. People
Yeah.
were going out on their own to watch the news.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a really big issue with borderline.
Of course, we all know that story too out here. Yeah.
And I want to say my junior year, we actually had a school shooting threat.
Oh, really?
Correct. It was just before one of like the social dances. I can't remember which one.
Gotcha.
Somebody went to the bathroom, just one of the bathrooms, and there had been the date of the dance, followed by 4 girls, 4 guys, 9 guns.
Really?
And
That's scary.
Yeah, things like that definitely are kind of scary when you see. Now, I got a question for you. So, when that was discovered, did someone turn that in and announce it to like the counselors or somebody?
correct, it was discovered after school,
Okay.
and then the student that discovered it told their parent. And it just so happened, I think that night there was a PTA meeting of some sort,
Mhm.
and the word about it got out like wildfire, so everybody knew.
There you go. See, that's right there. Right there. Whenever something like this occurs and you sense something or see something, I don't care if it's out of ordinary, don't be shy about it.
Absolutely.
Talk to somebody about it, definitely, because you never know. You don't. Better safe than sorry.
Absolutely. And I believe, so the following day, school was not canceled, but it had been announced, if you do not show up,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going as a absence, it's not going against you. But because it was so late in the day, like I said, it was after school, teachers couldn't really plan about, stopping the curriculum
Yeah.
for a day.
Yeah.
So it just became you can choose to show up or not, but not a lot's going to happen that day.
Yeah.
Just kind of safer than
Well,
sorry.
Things have really changed since I've been in high school, that's for sure. I mean, when I was in high school, we would actually literally bring our guns because we would go hunting, seriously, on our
Did you hunt for dinosaurs?
we hunted for dinosaurs. We would go hunting during our lunch break in the woods around our school. So we bring our guns in, and we have our guns would be in the classroom, and it's just like this, like they're our pencils or our books. It was just common back then. Nowadays I could just see that happening. Someone brings their gun to do hunting on the lunch break. Not a good thing these days.
Try to go find those rattlesnakes.
Yeah, no doubt. So your history. When did you start shooting guns?
I shot my first gun, I want to say when I was maybe between 9 and 10.
Okay.
Um, my grandfather-in-law and my grandmother took me to an indoor gun range for the first time.
Ah.
And if I remember correctly, it was Smoking Barrel.
Okay.
And it was so fun. And I shot just a standard like Ruger 1022.
Nice.
And then my grandfather-in-law's father's service pistol from World War II.
Wow. Well, Junior, that was your first experience at an indoor gun range. Nikki has a first experience at an indoor gun range. How was yours,
It
Nikki?
was terrible. I hated it. Brian took me there. I never shot a gun before. I'm in a closed room with a bunch of strangers. It was loud. The gunpowder smell. I just scared myself. I crawled in the corner.
Yeah, it can be
And I
intimidating.
was like, get me out of here. I didn't like it.
It is definitely a different.
I scared myself.
Feel when you're indoors like that.
Oh,
And,
yes.
and I made the biggest mistake taking her for the first time at an indoor range. So then when I took her out to outdoor range, things changed.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Okay, so back up again, like we're talking about. So did you get any type of training? Were you trained by your father, your grandfather, or did you go to get like professional training, gun safety training, or anything?
So, because I got into guns because my whole family, it's been movie business, so a lot of that kind of being
Okay.
around it. I always like to be near the armorers because I was always into why does a gun work?
Very good.
And then as I got older, I got into paintball.
Oh, all right.
And then paintball evolved into airsoft. And then that's when that is kind of what I would describe as my training, because a lot of the precautions are the exact same when you go to a field.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have your magazines in the staging area. You need barrel socks. Don't point it at people. And just a lot of the same precautions you would take at a range.
That's great.
And a lot of my friends that I went with would be going into the military. So whatever they'd want to practice, I would be there with them practicing.
Very cool. See, that's awesome. It is. It's great training to have, to do the paintball thing in the real firearms. Do you do any gunsmithing since you are learning the functions of guns?
I do not, because I don't trust myself or my bank account to try that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, listen, man, I'm still trying to find a difference between what's the difference between a revolver and a semi-automatic. I'm still trying to figure that out, So simple things like that. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's good. I like that you told me about the whole paintball thing. That they really do the safety things with the paintball, putting the sock on the mag, not in the gun, when no pointing at people, things like that. Again, as you know, our show, Open Arms, focuses so much on gun safety and the importance that people get the training they need to go out there. And it's essential, and it keeps people safe,
Absolutely, because without safety,
Yeah, it could be, you have
dot,
problems.
dot, dot.
Yeah, you could have definitely have problems. And believe me, I have a lot of friends. This is why I put the show together, who just did not know how to be safe with a firearm, and we're trying to change that now, and it's working. We're getting emails now, and people are actually listening to us. Believe it or not, they're actually listening to us. Nikki, can you believe
I
that?
can't believe it. We're doing
Okay.
our job then.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk ammunition. So, how did you ever get involved in getting a job at Copper Jacket?
So originally, when I was in high school, I worked at KFC,
Okay.
and that was by choice.
I see. I did a connection.
Okay, that's
Okay.
Brian's favorite.
A bucket of chicken to ammunition. I can see it now. Okay.
Just because I love working. I love the idea of working.
Good.
I always have since a young age. When I turned 13, I asked my parents if I could get a work permit and drop out of middle school,
Ah, very
and then every year after that.
good. Nice.
And then I realized I was close enough to KFC that I could walk from school to work to home, or whatever my schedule was. I did that for 200 days, and then I went to welding school right out of high school,
Oh wow.
and I worked in the movie studios
Okay.
doing pyrotechnics, special effects,
Really?
fabrication, and then I went a long time without work,
Okay.
and then I bought my first gun after I turned 21.
Okay.
Because from turning 18 to turning 21, different stage of my life, a
Oh, yeah.
lot of things were changing at home. It just wasn't the right time to introduce a firearm to the house.
Yeah, I think you talked a little bit about it. Can you explain what your family life is? What's going on?
So in my house, there has always been a felon who has lived in the house.
Okay.
Federal law
Mm-hmm.
states a felon may not have any access to a firearm
Firearm.
or ammunition
Yes.
or body armor.
Yes.
So a lot of it was my parents would say, "We don't have any issues with guns, but you can't have them in the house."
Yeah, I totally understand that.
So,
So how did you get around that?
I got older and I started thinking about, you know, accessibility
Mm-hmm.
to safety.
There you go.
And then eventually, there were, again, since a young age, there were small children in the house as well as felons.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided accessibility really is not the issue that I'm going to worry about. It is an issue, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in terms of the safety was just such a bigger factor to me that I built in to my walls a cabinet just for firearms.
Okay. Gotcha. And they're secure.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay. Okay. That's good. At least you took the precautions, and you did the right thing. That's good. I'm glad you did that. Okay. So with that said, now how did you get the job?
Yes. So I bought my first gun.
Okay. What was it, by the way? Your first
It was a Winchester SXP 12 gauge pump action shotgun.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I bought it, and my girlfriend was like, "There's this new store that opened up. I want to take you to it." Ended up being the best store in the world. And it was the Copper Jacket.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and I'd spent the whole day doing errands about federal paperwork for pyrotechnics and just a bunch of baloney.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Kevin as they're running my Dros, and we're just talking just like normal, no different than we are right now.
Mhm.
It was comfortable,
Yeah.
and he showed me the laser range that we have.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
It's-
Oh, by the way, I entered that contest, and when I was my turn to go, my gun was broken the whole time.
Sure.
Oh my God! I swear to God. Even Kevin said he texted me the next day. Said, "I heard your gun was broken. Didn't even fire." I said, "No." I said, "How can I be a loser on that?" Whatever.
Well, funny enough, since then we got new guns. I fixed them,
Oh,
and
now you fix it. Okay.
and I was probably going every 2 weeks to buy ammo.
Oh, really?
Not
Okay.
just. I was even buying ammo for guns I didn't have just because I was like, I'll get one in the future. Prices are good.
There you go.
And then one day I walk in and there's a sign, help wanted. And so I said to Kevin, I was like, what are you looking for in a worker? And he said, I'll be honest with you. You don't have to be incredibly knowledgeable about the product.
Mm-hmm.
We will train you. But I need somebody that I can trust. And to somebody who owns a store, that's a big deal because he could say he wants this level, but
Well, yeah.
compared to me, it's a big jump.
Yeah, and you're selling ammunition, so you have to be trusted.
I like how you said, "What are you looking for?" I like how you were almost interviewing Kevin to hire
Yeah.
you. I like that. That was great.
That's good. That's very good.
It was just from the studio. It's always been around adults.
Uh-huh.
Good.
That's great.
And Kevin is a great guy. He really
Absolutely.
is. He is just down to earth. He's very, 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 very pleasant. Very nice guy.
Yeah. And he tells me I just need somebody I can trust, and email me your resume. So I did. I emailed him my resume, and I still went to buy ammo, but I went every 2 days. so I can kind of pester him a bit.
There
I'll
you
be
go.
honest. I was always like, "So, did you talk to Eric about my interview?" Every 2 days,
Very
I
cool.
could see on like the third time he was kind of getting sick of it,
there
but I think it showed persistence.
you
Oh
go.
yeah, that's great, and it worked.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I got my interview, and I went in. I talked to Eric. I talked to Kevin, and I did it in front of all the other workers. And then 1 week later,
There you go. You're in.
That's
Awesome,
great.
man. Well, congratulations.
thank you very much.
I think too, something like working for Kevin or working for a store like that, you're going to learn a lot too.
Absolutely.
I mean, 100%, you might actually figure out what the difference between a 45, a 9, and a 22 is, like Nikki's trying to figure out right now.
I still don't know.
Now, one of the things we do in our safety classes is we do a whole portion of ammunition. Now, we show how a bullet works. Because a lot of people don't know that. They don't know how the primer ignites the powder and how the bullet releases from the casing and things like that. Okay, but not only that, we also teach the importance of knowing your ammo and your caliber for which gun you're using. Because what people do sometimes is they take ammo and just throw it in a jar or whatever, take it to the range, and like, oh, wait, is it, what was this again? I'll just, try it, whatever. I had an incident with a buddy of mine. We're at the range, they just having some fun, and he was messing with his gun. I saw him over there just trying to rack his gun. He said, what is going on? I see him struggling. So I went over and said, hey, man, what's going on? You got a problem? He said, yeah, I just cannot seem to get this thing racked for some reason. I said, can I see it? I looked at it, oh my God. I said, Bob, this is a 9mm pistol, right? He said, yeah. Well, that's 40 caliber ammunition you're trying to jam in your freaking chamber. Okay, not a good thing.
Yeah.
So right there could have been a disaster.
Absolutely.
So again, we do teach the importance of knowing your ammunition, and it's nice also to show people the function of a bullet and how it really works, because people don't get. In fact, it's so funny. We've had people that thought the whole entire thing
Yep.
flies out of the gun. Doesn't this whole thing just sail in the air? No,
Even though all the pictures of every movie and TV show ever show it.
Exactly. But it's just things like that people do learn in our classes, and I mean, I'm sure you're going to be learning so much more about ammunition, the weights, the grains, the different varieties, different from your steel tip to your lead to whatever. There's so many varieties of ammunition. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And a big thing about, I've always had an issue with people that hate their job.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you chose to apply, you chose to go to an interview, and you show up every day and you hate it, no wonder you're miserable.
Exactly.
When I first started this job, I wasn't really so knowledgeable about ammo. Like, I knew, kind of your generic hollow points to full metal jackets, boat tails, and all that. But I would go home at the end of the day, and I would just watch YouTube videos all night.
That's awesome.
Because
That's impressive.
I wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Your work ethic and you're a go-getter.
Yeah, I mean,
That's amazing.
now if I can only get Nikki to figure out how to run this show the right way,
Oh
and
God, I don't even know if I hit the record button.
start learning the equipment better. I'm kidding. No, but no, I like hearing that. And dude, I'm telling you, man, for your age too, I feel that we're losing a lot of that your age range that doesn't want to work. That, like you said, they'll get a job.
Lazy, entitled,
Mhm. I don't want to go. I hate this job. I don't want to work. I just want to sit at home playing my video games or whatever. I really do really like what you're doing.
Thank you.
I mean, I respect that.
Thank you.
I do, in a big way.
Yeah, you should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, because one of the things we do focus on our show too is family values, and just I think that's a lost cause too. A lot of parents aren't taking the initiative and teaching their kids that type of thing. They're enabling their kids, and like Nikki said, these kids are being enabled, and they don't want to work. They don't want to do anything.
Absolutely.
And you're doing it. You're doing it. And I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that when I was in high school, and it was just one of those things that, to say it politely, it made me sick.
I don't blame you. Makes me sick too, seeing that and hearing that. It just
It doesn't make you feel better when you buy your own stuff and you make your own money and it's more rewarding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went to high school with people who had brand new Teslas
me
as
too.
their first cars.
Well, not Teslas. I'm a little old for that. They weren't around back then, but everyone always had their brand new cars when I was in high school
Yep.
too. Yeah.
And it was always with their parents' money. I was like,
Of
Yep, of
course.
I was like, that's
course.
not your car. That's your parents' car.
Uh-huh.
Pulling up in the Escalade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up, I drove my Lamborghini to school every day, and people kind of frowned about that, you know what I mean? I was like I had a bicycle back then. No, but that's good. I like hearing this. I like hearing our youth actually out there doing something and working. I love that. Now you brought this in. Now, you said this is something that's going on right now. This National Student Sport Month. Is that what it is?
So we are in August, and August is the month for national shooting sports.
Okay.
So
okay.
this is the month that we recognized shooting, competition, and all of that, and safety.
Oh, nice.
So we got a package, and we've been distributing them to our customers, hats and towels, just as a kind of, here's something we can all celebrate together because it's something we
Very
all have an
nice.
interest in.
Very nice. I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing that into me.
Of course.
It's really nice of you. I appreciate that. You see this, Nikki?
I see that. I like it.
It is very nice of Junior to do that. Well, Junior, it's been amazing. I mean, what anything else you want to share with us about Junior's life?
Oh, don't put him on the spot, Brian.
I don't talk a lot about myself.
That's okay. You know what? You know what? You don't need to. You know why? You showed who you are, and that's a good thing, and people will recognize that.
There is one thing I would like to say.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the gun community is a community, and at the Copper Jacket, we are looking to open a second store, and we wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for everybody being supportive of us. And we recommend people to the gun stores in the area. The gun stores recommend people to us.
Oh yeah.
Just like your show, we're conversing about it. We are sharing stuff from each other. And it's this positivity in the community that we need to keep because it helps all of us.
You said it.
I love that.
You said it, buddy. Yeah, that was perfectly said. And you know what's so funny too? Whenever I did find out that Copper Jacket opened, I was at one of the gun stores, and the manager was on the phone with somebody saying, "Oh, there's a new ammunition store. It's right down the street. Go there. They probably have the ammo." I'm like, "Really? A new ammunition store in Thousand California? You got to be kidding me!" So he said, "Yeah, go down and check it out." So I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, I'm going to go down and find some little backdoor garage where somebody's got a table set up with a bunch of ammo or something like that."
Yep.
And then I walk into the Taj Mahal of ammunition stores. I'm like,
Yep.
no way. And I thought to myself, this is fantastic. This just opened up in our community. This is great. We're seeing more and more of this. We're seeing more and more like-minded people starting to come together, and business starting to open up like that. I love seeing that.
And it's really nice that we've designed the store, Kevin designed the store
Mhm.
to be open to everybody. So when you walk in, let's say John Smith goes with his wife and he's picking up some 45 ammo and his wife doesn't like guns.
Mhm.
Well, when she walks in, she's not going through the cage.
Exactly.
We don't have AK-47s on the wall. We don't have ARs on the wall. We don't have a display case with pistols pointed at you. It's just comfortable.
It's true.
It
really
is. It is comfortable. That's
Mhm.
a perfect way of saying it.
Yeah.
And you sell a lot of apparel,
Yeah.
a lot of clothing.
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We love the store. That's all I can say about it.
Thank you.
Well, you
kindly.
should tell everyone you guys were talking about your gun not working. Explain to everyone what they have at the store. How you can practice your shooting with the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. My mic wasn't working.
So we found a company that takes airsoft guns. They take out the barrel and they CNC their own with an infrared laser fitted inside of it. And then they put it all back together. And the gas is what actuates the actual action because the gas is what's sending the slide forward and back. And in an airsoft pistol, there is a little mock firing pin that goes up when you pull the trigger after it's racked. And that's what sets them off. And you can get anywhere from 60 shots using rapid fire to 100 shots taking your time. and we have a screen in the back that has all these simple training drills, but still just nice
Yeah.
to practice, because if you're not practicing well, you're not doing anybody a favor.
Exactly. I really like it. It's very, very realistic.
It's like a
first of
video
all.
game. It's
It
fun.
really is. It is really the blowback of the gun and everything like that's really it feels real and everything like that. I would have won the contest, if my gun worked. But no, it is really good. I encourage people just go to Copper Jacket just to check out that simulator.
Yeah, if you guys are in the Thousand Oaks,
Yeah.
Westlake Village area, it's right on T.O. Boulevard.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. No, it's awesome stuff, man. Well, Junior, again, I thank you for coming in. I thank you for sharing who Junior is. We learned a lot about you, a lot of good stuff about you. It's a pleasure seeing someone your age doing it the right way.
I appreciate that. And just, Nikki, thank you very much for responding to me on Instagram.
Of course.
That was very kind, even though I misspelled something.
That's all right.
What did you misspell? I didn't catch it.
I believe I said it would be nice if you may have me on the store, and I wrote mag.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And Brian, thank you very much for having me.
No, absolutely.
You didn't have to. It was
No, this is
pleasure.
fantastic.
It's very nice meeting you.
Junior, do you have a social media people can find you and follow you or anything?
I have an Instagram. I don't use it for myself.
Okay.
Really, just if you want to see what I'm up to, just you can look up the Copper Jacket Club on Instagram.
Okay.
I spend most of my time there.
Okay.
All right.
I'll link the Copper Jacket, all their social media
Yeah.
on the description box below.
Yeah, we'll
So
definitely
you
do
can
that.
find that.
Okay, very good. All right, Junior. Well, again, I thank you, man, for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show. I appreciate it. It's kind of a breath of fresh air to have someone, coming in your age range and hearing all this good stuff. Makes me think that,
There's hope.
there is hope. We're not doomed yet. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Guys
sir.
like you are going to make it happen. Okay, so that will be our show for today. Nikki, do you want to tell people where they can find us?
Yes, you can find Open Arms on Instagram, openarms.tv, or you can send us a tweet. However, I don't think it's Twitter anymore. It's X.
That's
So
right.
would you send us, do you still say send us a tweet? Or do you send us an expression?
Yeah,
Expression? X?
we got.
Anyway, if you have any questions for Junior or Brian or about the show, you can send us an expression on X.
There you go.
And our website is openarms.tv.
Perfect.
And you can find the Copper Jacket on Instagram as well. I'll leave that in the information below.
Good
And is
deal.
there anything else you'd like to plug before we go?
I think we're good. And guys, always remember
Safety,
family, and the Second Amendment. Have a good day.